Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. NFL Week 9. All right, we got through the Thursday night sloppiness with the Jets and the Texans. Now we get into the Sunday and Monday part of the schedule. So let's break this down for you here.
Let's break this down for you. Here is scheduled for Monday.
All right, so if we get the rest of this going here, we'll start off with the 1 o'clock Eastern games. Broncos-Ravens. Broncos on the road, getting 9 against those lovely Ravens, who last week laid a turd again against the Browns. But for some reason, everybody still thinks is the best team in the AFC, even though they can't stop anything through the air. Ravens, though, offensively, much more equipped than the Broncos are here. This line's a little bit too far out for us at that 9 number, so just player props for us. Javonte Williams, over 2.5 receptions. Vele, over 2.5 receptions and 25.5 receiving yards for the Broncos. And Bo Nix, over 32.5 of pass attempts. We love that one as well. They should be throwing the ball in the air like mad crazy. All right, next game up, Dolphins at the Bills. This line has went up a little bit since we grabbed this. Was 5.5, now 6.5. Bills at home against the Dolphins. And normally the Dolphins suck in Buffalo, and they suck against the Bills. That's pretty common overall. So we like the Bills in this one. Let's give you all the bets here. Bills minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 3.5 for the first half. Minus 5.5 for the game. Josh Allen, over 237.5 pass yards, as they seem to want to throw the ball again all over the yard. Shakir, over 4.5 receptions and over 49.5 receiving yards. And Tua to throw an interception, because that's what he does against the Bills, is throw a pick. Next game up, Commanders, Giants. This game at MetLife in New Jersey. Commanders coming in hotter than hot, come off that Hail Mary pass. I mean, realistically, they should have won that game beforehand if it wasn't for some defense late in the second half anyway. But they end up winning the game against the Bears. Now they're a 4-point road favorite roughly in this one. Total of 44. We do like the Commanders quite a bit in this one. So Commanders minus 0.5 first quarter, 2.5 first half, 4 for the game. Jaden Daniels, over 34.5 yards longest pass completion. McLaurin, over 4.5 receptions and over 61.5 receiving yards. Darius Slayton, who has been in fuego as of late, over 36.5 receiving yards for the Giants. Next game up, Raiders. Bengals traveling to Cincinnati. Cincinnati 7-point home favorite. Total of 45.5 in this one. Bengals defense has been questionable. Raiders offense has been questionable. What a matchup that should be. Bengals offensively look pretty solid. I will say this, the Raiders pass rush is real, and they're decent against the run. They hung in there against the Chiefs. Let's give them some credit. Now, that game was at home. They're getting 7 here. Nothing but player props for us in this one. We do like Ja'Marr Chase, anytime touchdown. Joe Burrow, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Ja'Marr Chase, over 84.5 receiving yards and over 6.5 receptions. Brock Bowers, over 63.5 receiving yards. His receptions is getting to 7. They're getting up there quite a bit. And then Hendrickson to get at least half of sack. Next game up, Cowboys travel to Atlanta. Falcons, lines 3.5, depending on where you're looking. 52 total. Obviously, we're expecting some offense in this matchup here, right? So Falcons defense has been blah. Falcons offense has been really good. Cowboys defense has been bad against the run, better against the pass. I know Diggs, Parsons out, yada, yada. But can the Falcons be patient enough to run the ball 35, 40 times against the Cowboys? I'm going to bet not. They like to show off Kirk Cousins and all those weapons quite a bit. So we actually do like the Cowboys in this one. Cowboys plus 0.5 in the first quarter, plus 2.5 in the first half, plus 3 for the game. Prescott over 265.5 pass yards. Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jake Ferguson over 47.5 receiving yards. Mooney for 5+ receptions, and Mooney over 52.5 receiving yards in that one. Next game up, we're still in that 1 o'clock Eastern window. Chargers-Browns. Chargers headed to LA. Do the Browns have a little bit of a letdown? I probably think so here, to be really honest. Chargers have played solid ball. They've been a lot better defensively. I'm not saying they're going to shut down Nick Chubb, but they'll keep him within wraps, probably under 60, 70 yards. In that one, Chargers have been running the ball better. That's going to be tough to do against Cleveland. They're going to have to throw it. Quentin Johnson might have a day. Ladd McConkey might have a day. But we do like the Chargers in this matchup here. I think they travel well with Jim Harbaugh as the head coach. Chargers money line first quarter, money line first half, and money line for the game. Jameis Winston to throw an interception. We know Jameis throws picks. He did not throw one last week. So we do expect Jameis to be throwing a pick here this one. J.K. Dobbins under 72.5 rush yards. As like I said, I think the Browns will kind of control the run game pretty well. Cedric Tillman over 46.5 receiving yards. Ladd McConkey over 52.5 receiving yards. Justin Herbert, 2+ passing touchdowns, and that's pretty sizable plus money. Next game up, we've got 2 more games in this early window. Saints-Panthers. Saints with Derek Carr back, heading to Carolina. The Saints have lost 6 in a row. I understand some of that was because Derek Carr was out, but some of it was because he was still playing. Carolina Panthers, let's be honest. I thought they'd be a little bit better in this. Injuries have kind of ravished them a little bit. They are back at home. They're getting a touchdown plus here. We're going to roll with the dog and the Panthers in this one. Give us the Panthers plus 2.5 first quarter, plus 4 in the first half, 7.5 for the game. Derek Carr to throw an interception. We expect Chuba Hubbard to have a big one here, and we've got 4 props on him. Over 66.5 rush yards for Hubbard. 100+ rush yards for Hubbard. Over 14.5 rush attempts for Hubbard, and over 14.5 yards longest rush for Chuba in that one as well. All right, last game of that 1 o'clock Eastern window. Patriots-Titans, get prepared for absolute who knows. Titans last week got blown out. Patriots last week, Drake May, concussion protocol. I think that, but they still end up getting the win against the Jets. But Drake May was having a really good game going into that one. Patriots are getting 3 on the road at Tennessee. No side or total, but we do like some player props. Drake May's shown some promise here, so we're going to play him for 200+ pass yards. Douglas DeMario with May back over 3.5 receptions and 32.5 receiving yards. Hunter Henry, who's been a target no matter who the quarterback is, over 3.5 receptions and over 38.5 receiving yards. All right, now we get into the late 4 o'clock window. We've got first game up, Jags, Eagles in Philly. Philly 7.5 point home favorite, 46 total here. Let's be honest, the Jags season has went down the toilet pretty much. The Eagles are looking better and better. No question about that. Jags secondary and pass defense, oh my God, is horrible. We expect the Eagles to eat quite a bit in the air. I know they'll finish it off with the run, but we expect them to eat quite a bit air-wise. We do like the Eagles quite a bit in this one. I think they win by 2 touchdowns. Eagles minus 1.5 first quarter, 4.5 first half, 7.5 for the game. Trevor Lawrence to throw a pick because he always does. A.J. Brown over 5.5 receptions and over 80.5 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown at plus money seems ridiculous. We couldn't stay away from it there. All right, now we get into one of the most confusing games of the day at 4:05 Eastern time. Bears-Cardinals. Bears getting 1.5. And Cardinals laying the 1.5 at home, 44.5 total. Cardinals, first time in 3 years, they won 2 games in a row. Now can they win 3? Bears under Eberflus are 3-20 on the road, straight up. And 7 and I think they've got 7-16 against the number on the road. Really would like to play the Bears here, but the way they've played road home splits have been ridiculous. At home, they've been a monster. On the road, including last week against Washington, not so much. So just player props for us in this one. DeAndre Swift over 66.5 rush yards and over 15.5 yards longest rush. Trey McBride, who's been a big staple in the offense for the Cardinals, over 5.5 receptions and over 54.5 receiving yards. Next game up, We get into the late 425 window. We've got two games here. Lions, Packers in Green Bay. 3-point home dog for the Packers. 48.5 total. Supposedly Jordan Love's going to try to play. Don't know for sure yet. Lions' first outdoor game of the season, where honestly they don't put up as many points as they do when they're indoors. On this one here, 48.5 total. To me, it doesn't really matter who's going to be the quarterback here for the Packers. This is more of a fade of the Lions this week. The Lions have played fantastic. It does not mean I don't think the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. I think they have a great opportunity to go. I just do not like them this week. Packers plus a half first quarter, 1.5 first half, plus 3 for the game. Jared Goff, who's been a monster so far, to throw an interception because he's outside at plus money. Goff over 217.5 pass yards in that one as well. And then we get to the last 4:25 Eastern time frame game. We got Rams, Seahawks. Good luck figuring this one out. Seahawks at home, 1.5-point dog, 48 total. Do we really know what you're going to see from either team? Puka supposedly got hurt again in practice, going to try to play in this one. Who knows if he's going to play or not. Seahawks, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, to say the least. They put up 34 on the road. At Atlanta, come home and lay an egg against the Bills. I mean, the Bills are better than the Rams. Let's just say that there. So maybe that's a little bit of difference. Bills are doing it with a lot of no names besides Josh Allen and, a few others here and there. As they have had a pretty good season. Rams obviously played really well last week against the Vikings. They didn't let the Vikings get to Matt Stafford, and that was really the big difference in that game, as they just did not allow him to get. They didn't allow him to get home. They just didn't. So I mean, that's a big one there. If they can get that, if they can continue that offensive line can continue to give protection to Stafford, that is going to make them very, 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 very difficult in this one. Let's give you the plays. We've got just player props for us in this one. Stafford over 237.5 pass yards. Kupp's definitely back in. We hope Puka is as well. Kenneth Walker over 14.5 yards longest rush and over 62.5 rush yards. Puka Nacua over 63.5 receiving yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba over 56.5 receiving yards. Remember, no DK again in this particular game for Seattle. And I wish I could tell you, Kyron Williams' line's gotten a little bit out of control, so couldn't play him this week as he's in the 90s now. But a lot of other props in that game we do like quite a bit. Now we get to Sunday Night Football. Colts going to the Vikings. Interesting enough, when Anthony Richardson was supposed to be the starting quarterback, this line was 6.5, now down to 5 with Joe Flacco coming in. Colts getting the points on the road, 46.5 total. Vikings have been really good at home. They obviously struggled the last couple weeks. 5-point favorite here. Really, honestly, we consider playing the Vikings in this particular spot, but we just stayed away. We do like quite a few player props here, though. Flacco over 234.5 pass yards. Flacco to throw a pick. Darnold to throw a pick. Josh Downs over 5.5 receptions and over 62.5 receiving yards. He finally had a good game with Anthony Richardson last week. The couple games Flacco's been in, he's been their number one target, and it's not close. And then Jonathan Taylor over 71.5 rush yards going against that Vikings defense. Then we get into Monday night. Bucks traveling to Kansas City. 8.5, 9 points. Most books have moved to 9. 45.5 point total here in this particular one. I know that everybody's getting tired of watching the Chiefs win. Well, except me and the Chiefs fans, right? Patrick Mahomes has not played great. He's thrown an interception in every game so far this season. The Bucks have been really exciting because they throw the ball all over the yard. They score a lot of points. I don't know if they're going to score quite as many in this game here. But we do expect them to put up 14 to 20, somewhere at 14, 17 in that range. I think they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit. The Chiefs' run defense, which has been their weakest link over the past couple seasons when the defense has still been solid, has actually improved dramatically. They've been really good against the run, so we should see a lot of throws from Baker. And the Chiefs, normally to beat the Bucks, you got to throw it. So we'll see if Mahomes has a monster in that one or not. The number's a little bit big for us, as Chiefs are great at covering one score games, not so much when it gets to 2-score opportunities. So Baker over 237.5 pass yards. Baker to throw a pick, Mahomes to throw a pick, and it's plus money this week? Really? 7 games in a row isn't enough. Okay. Cade Otton, anytime touchdown. That was plus over 300 on Bet365. Cade Otton over 4.5 receptions, over 48.5 receiving yards. Baker over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Like I said, I think he'll have to throw for both of them. And Noah Gray over 21.5 receiving yards. A little bit nervous about the Chiefs on the ground, Kareem Hunt, if he's going to get into the 60s, 70 yards again, especially if Vita Vea is playing in that particular game, which it seems to always be a question mark. But we do like them quite a bit. All right, so we just went through a ton of bets. In fact, there's probably, 100? Let's take a look here. For Sunday and Monday, I guess we only got about 90 plays, right? How do we get a chance to take a look at all of those? No problem at all. All you have to do is you can click on our Google Sheets, which you can find at multiple spots online, TikTok, YouTube, channel pages, as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It is docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on that link. Scroll down to NFL Week 9, or hit the Football 24-25 tab first. Then scroll down to NFL Week 9. You'll be able to see all the bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at, and then obviously once everything's over and done, the results, right? Who doesn't love results, right? Also, do you like the content that you're seeing here and want to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. We got basketball, NBA, college basketball starts next week. Baseball just got finished. Of course, college football, NFL football, all that kind of fun stuff as well. We'd love to have you along, so feel free to hit follow or subscribe depending on the social media platform you're watching us on, and we will show up in your follow or subscriptions tab, or make life simpler for yourself. Just turn on the notifications for that social media platform, and you'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of Bets, and give you plenty of time to match us up with your bets, give you the ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. Also, Discord channel available, private Discord channel. Yes, it is a few bucks a month. Yes, is it going to help you make money? Yes, is it also going to save you money? Might as well get in. All you have to do is subscribe to us through TikTok at Sports Bets for Free. Once you subscribe, we will send you the Discord link. Pop on there. If you've ever been on Discord before, pretty much the same thing. If you've never been on, it's basically a big chat room, like a group chat, a text chat. And we're sending out plays, and you can make comments, ask questions, all that kind of fun stuff. You're helping support the show by doing so as well. Also, we have promo bonus bets to give away all over the place. Make sure you take a look at those as well. TikTok and YouTube channel pages as well on the Discord. It's bit.ly/sportsbetsforfree-bh. Click on that link. It'll automatically default to the state that you're in and show you the online casinos, sports books, or fantasy sites that we have available for you in your area. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.